Hello guys, welcome to my channel Bengaluru Techies. This is the part 2 of .NET tutorial video series. In this part 2, we'll be continuing on exploring the capabilities of .NET and how this can help us to increase our productivity. Let's switch to our presentation and continue from the point where we had left. In our part 1, we had gone through till SSAS and understood how this SSAS can help us in the data integration projects. Now move on to the next application type which .NET offers us, that is mobile application. In the mobile application, the commonly used template is Xamarin, which is very popular, and also it offers cross-platform development of mobile applications with supports for both iOS and Android. So let's switch to Visual Studio and see how the project template looks. So here you have to come and click on this all project types drop down and select mobile. Under this mobile, based on your installation, the number of options might vary again, as I informed earlier. So these are the template which comes for Xamarin. This is a common template which is used to support for both Android and iOS, and this is a specific template for a particular OS operating system, either for Android or iOS. And by one more thing I want to include, by default the Xamarin templates will be not available for you. Even though the part of the Xamarin will be downloaded, you have to go to installer and you have to click on individual components and type for Xamarin. Once you search for Xamarin, the part of the Xamarin will be installed as part of a standard installation. The complete part of the Xamarin will be installed only upon selection. So you have to come here and click on this, which will enable you the Xamarin options, and you can install the same. I've already installed, so it is already available in my Visual Studio. Let's move on to the next template, game development. So gaming is, as you all know, it is a very versatile and very dynamic industry where lots of developments are happening day by day. A new games are coming and people are enjoying it and people are supporting as well. So this is the place, if you are enthusiastic about learning game, this is the this is the options which .NET offers. One, it offers a Unity engine which is very powerful in the gaming development sector. Another is Silverlight. Silverlight is kind of an older version, so where we used to use for its richer UI, which is and multimedia offer, which it used to offer for us. Because of that, Silverlight was very popular in the back days, and they use Silverlight for gaming development. Nowadays, most of them, or almost everyone, uses Unity when it comes for gaming development. Let's switch to Visual Studio and see how the project template looks. Again, like before going there, you have to come to Visual Studio installer. If this is not installed, you have to scroll down here, and under the gaming session, you need to enable both gaming development with Unity and game development with C++. So once you check this both, and it will show the appropriate space which it requires. Once it is downloaded, then you will be able to see all the templates. Switching back to Visual Studio, again in the drop down you can select game. On select of games, as you can see, this is the template which is readily available for game development. And the only one thing we need to notice is this is for C++ language. Now let's go back to our presentation and continue the different types of application which .NET offers. The next category is cloud-based application. As you know, nowadays cloud is very powerful and which helps us serverless application, stateless application development. So this is very popular, and Azure, that is Microsoft, where Microsoft offers lots of Azure services, which can be used to ease any your day-to-day activities in the software development as well as in the deployment process. So now Visual Studio also offers you to directly integrate with the Azure, even for the deployment, and even at the point of development also Visual Studio offers you multiple templates of Azure. So let's switch back to Visual Studio and see how the packages looks like. Again, for this also you need to enable Azure development package and the workload, which will bring lots of the components. A few specific components, if you are interested, then again you have to come to individual component and install the same. Let's switch to Visual Studio, and under this drop down, if you select cloud, all the application can be deployed in cloud. Being that said, once you develop this one, you can still go and deploy it as app service. So this is where you'll get an option when you're deploying. I'll create one dummy application and show you where you'll get that option. Apart from that, there are specific application which again Visual Studio offers you. So if you just come here and search for Azure, so you'll be able to directly develop Azure function, Azure web jobs, and all the other kind of most of the services. And this service lists are getting added day by day in the Visual Studio. This is one of the unique thing which Visual Studio is offering us, which helps us to directly communicate from the development till deployment to the Azure services. Let's switch back to presentation and see the next application type. The next application type which Visual Studio or .NET offers is IoT. So the template you have to come and search is IoT. So let's switch back to Visual Studio again. Again, under this drop down, if you select IoT, you'll get lots of application options or templates which you can select and develop your IoT related applications. So again, for this, you need to install a few of the specific packages in the installer. As shown, you can be installed. So these are the available templates for IoT development. So let's switch back to our presentation. The next application type which .NET helps us to integrate is machine learning and artificial intelligence. So this is the template ML.NET. So this helps us to develop all our ML modules and AI related applications within Visual Studio itself. Let's switch back to Visual Studio and see. So under this drop down, again you can see here there is an option called machine learning. Once you select this machine learning, let me clear this filter. Once you select this machine learning, you will be getting all the templates which are available. The main thing here is you have to you should be knowing Python. So most of the templates which are available in Visual Studio supports Python. So you have to go to your installer and also enable the Python related development. So that is one thing we need to understand here. For gaming, it is C++, and for machine learning, it is Python. The templates by default support C++ and Python. Let's switch back to our presentation and continue. Next application type which .NET supports is cross-platform development. This is one of the recent new and one of the most famous template which .NET has come up with. It helps you to develop across platform applications which supports multiple devices like mobile, desktop, and more. So this is one such booming area where most of people are now migrating their applications to .NET MAUI. Let's switch to Visual Studio and see how the project template looks like. So again, to enable this, you have to come to Visual Studio installer and you have to select this particular workload, that is .NET Multiplatform App UI development. This is mainly for UI to make it more responsive and adaptable for a complete kind of sets of devices. So the project looks like, if I click on this drop down and select MAUI, this is the project template. Here you can use Blazor and develop your application's UI. Let's switch back to our presentation. So this was my last template which Visual Studio offers. I hope the first phase of .NET video tutorial series was helpful for you. Now we have learned what are the capabilities of .NET and what are the application types it offers to you. Now, once you learn the concepts of .NET, you will be able to make a right choice based upon your requirements. This not only helps you to reduce the development efforts, but also it helps you to reduce the deployment costs as well. With this, you can achieve more productivity, more optimized, more dependable solutions getting delivered to clients. Let's see in the part 3 where we'll be developing a web application using MVC.NET 7. In this development, we will be trying to build a full-scale application which is completely functional and working. And while building itself, we will be trying to understand the OOPS concepts as well as little design patterns which we are going to apply in the development. So with this, you will be able to start your .NET journey. Let's meet in the next part. Thank you guys.